Vito, how you doing?
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Callie, and we are excited to welcome our second guest of the night. Please welcome author, motivational speaker, community leader, expert on police-related topics, and expert witness, retired NYPD executive Corey Pegues.
What's up, man? How you doing?
The beat, baby, I'm here.
Welcome
Yes,
to the show,
welcome.
bro.
Baby, 24-hour turnover. I'm here, baby. Let's do it.
Yes,
Let's talk
Corey,
about
so-
it, man.
Let's do
This
it.
guy here got an incredible story also. So we're gonna talk about it. So you from Queens, right?
Yeah, you know Queens get the money, baby.
Okay, there it is. Okay. You still in Queens or where you at now, bro?
I'm in Long Island now, but you know
Okay.
my heart is in Queens. You know I had to bring the babies out to the big backyard,
Big-
white picket fence. You know that.
Yeah, you already know.
I couldn't let you grow up like me.
Yeah, I understand. So let's talk about it, right? Let's get into it. So at the height of the 1980s crack epidemic,
Yeah,
you were a teenager selling dope for the notorious Supreme Team gang back in the days.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you know, so let's just put the disclaimer out there. I was selling dope for me before I was selling dope for the Supreme.
Oh, let's
Team.
talk about it. That's what we're here
so
for.
I
Yeah,
just,
let's
so
talk
I
about
started off at like 13 years old,
Right.
selling. I was just selling weed, nickel and dime bags,
Mhm.
and then we figured out we could get more money with bagging ourselves.
Mhm.
Then my man who I was getting the work from, he gave us we started selling mescaline tabs, loose cocaine, and then this wonder drug like at the end of 84, 85, he hit us with this crack. It was like,
Exactly, yeah.
this gonna blow people's mind.
Right.
And then we started selling crack cocaine. I was doing with my man Sean Dew
Mhm.
for a minute. It was a crew. It was like 5 of us on Murdoch Ave, 198, O'Connell Park. And then I eventually started working for the Supreme Team. Actually, I used to work for Bimmy, my man Bimmy.
Mhm.
Shout out Bim. What up, boy? He got that exclusive deal.
Yeah.
I can't even talk about it. He just signed a major Hollywood deal
Yeah.
like 5 days ago.
Right.
We gotta bring him on. I got you.
Yeah, bring them
Let's
through.
bring him
Yeah,
on the
no,
show.
no, we bring him.
Bring them on the show, yeah. So what made you start selling drugs?
Oh, I grew up poor on welfare, 5 sisters and myself. My mother
Mhm.
was on welfare. My father left in the 3rd grade. My mother never had a job that I know of. And you know what is crazy? You know, we're gonna plug my book right once a cop the street
Nah,
the
nah,
law.
Nah,
nah,
you said Home Street.
No, I
It's
gotta
on
say
it,
that.
right? It's
I
on
gotta
it.
say that because I'm gonna just tell
Yeah.
you because it took me like I wrote my book at like 45 years old,
Right.
and I didn't realize till 45 years that my mother. It was better for my mom to be on welfare than to get a job, like a minimum wage job.
Yeah.
With 6 kids, because at least we got medical, we got dental, we got food stamp. So like everybody be knocking welfare. It took me until you sit back, right? All of y'all right now, if you
Yeah.
sat back and write your life. I was born this day and then today.
Yeah.
You start realizing all kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, you do.
I didn't realize. I said, yo, my mother never had a job. But once I realized, I said, wow, she had them benefits,
Mm-hmm.
which was more. It was easier than to get a job for $3 an hour,
And this
and you
whole
ain't got
down.
no benefit.
And it's holding all
It
60
was
out
holding
there.
all 6
Yeah.
of us down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The benefits was more
That's crazy.
important than the money at the time.
That's crazy.
Well, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
And so open the refrigerators, roaches running around, mice
Yeah.
keeping me up at night,
Yeah.
all the stuff that people do in the hood. Once my
Yeah.
pops left, we lost the crib. We had to move up above a number spot.
Uh-huh.
I know y'all don't know about number spots no more. But, we had a number spot, and so when my man approached us, he was like, "Yo, I'll give you 100 Lucy's." Not Eric Garner died for cigarette Lucy's. We call Lucy's
Yeah.
rolled up joints.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, y'all take 20 off every 100." Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a no-brainer. We was
Yeah.
busting out 500 a day. We was
Yeah.
getting a buck a day. I'm 13.
Yeah.
Getting $50 a day.
Yeah.
Give me a ham and cheese sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Sundew.
Yeah.
We good. Go give me some Pumas for $30.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Quarter
saying? It was quarter
Yeah,
waters. So
yeah.
it was a no-brainer. And so the money was coming in just hand over fist. I was getting it. My mom knew I was getting it. I mean, I was coming home. I said my mom's off in there.
Yeah.
But she couldn't, 'cause I was a lion in the streets. So once you're a lion and you taste blood, you want blood every day.
Yeah, yeah.
So you the only one, like, you have brothers too, you said, right?
No,
Oh,
5
no.
sisters is just me.
Mm.
Oh, just, you have to take care of
That's a
Yeah,
big
I was one of my
responsibility
sisters
right there.
hand me
Yeah.
down jeans, like I had no big brother to get no
Yeah,
jeans.
yeah.
Once in
Yeah.
a while I had to wear my sister's jeans.
Uh-huh.
In my book I got this picture. Yo, I'm sorry I ain't bring y'all no book.
Right.
But I'll send y'all one.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I got like 40 pictures in the book. But one of my favorite pictures is me in I think it's the 4th grade. And I'm sitting Indian style for the class picture. And the teacher was like, sit in the front. And I was like, I don't want to sit in the front. I distinctively remember that day. That was like 1976, 1977. I didn't want to sit in the front because I had holes in my croquettes. And this particular day it was raining, and so the genius that I am, I put cardboard in it, thinking like my socks won't get wet. And if you see that picture, everybody on the front row is sitting with their hands on their lap, and I'm holding my sneakers like this. It's one of my favorite pictures, and I show my kids. Daddy, you got holes in your sneakers? Y'all brought the Jordans. You got 10 pair of Jordans. We ain't had them. I couldn't afford those. So I mean, it was just the time. It was just what I was living. And you understand, when I'm in these streets in the 80s, I'm in the streets, like, I sold drugs for like 5 years, from like maybe, I went to the Army in 87, so I was in the streets from like 83 to 87, whatever it was. But the police wasn't, like, while we were for the Supreme Team, we was giving the cops $15,000 a week. So, like, the police wasn't around. You know, I just saw the golf off of Harlem the other day. Like, yo, my man Marquand, shout out Marquand. I see you doing big things, baby. Y'all have Marquand on the show yet?
Not yet, he coming.
Yeah, y'all gotta get Marquand. And you see the scene in the golf off of Harlem, the first scene, like one of the scenes. What was I just talking about? I'm losing focus.
No, you talk about when you was in the Army, and you talk about the movie, The Godfather, with your boy.
But it was something that happened. And the police.
Right.
You said the police was on the take. If y'all saw the first scene, y'all didn't see it. Y'all gotta see it. And it was like, wow. I was thinking. I said, man, because I got caught with 300 vials of crack. I don't know if any of y'all read my book. I got caught in Baisley Park with 300. Like, I just read up, fresh bag, like 300 vials, and you know, the cop looked at me and was like, "What's in the bag?" I was like, "Ain't nothing in this bag, man." He said, "Give me the bag." Just threw him the bag, brand new pack. Just opened the bag, and he looked at it, threw it back at me. He was like, "Tell your boss I did you a favor." Wow. So at this time, like, I'm coming from murder, like working for myself and my man. We ain't had no police connect. We just get thousands of dollars a day. We had to pay nobody off. So I go to the Supreme Team. This is a Fortune like 500 company. We had shifts. You know, you work 7 to 3, 4 to 12, midnight to 8 in the morning. We got paid on Fridays. It was like a real operation. But those hours reflected the same hours as the police. So it was easy to get the cops that worked that same tour. Like, yeah, y'all making $20,000 a year. You want to get some fucking money? Here, $15,000 a week. So when I got caught with this bag, I'm like, I'm under the jail. Rockefeller laws, I'm still in jail right now. I'm still in jail.
But you working for yourself at this time?
No, I'm with the Supreme Team.
They had shifts.
They had shifts. So I'm working on a midnight shift, and I got popped with that. So I run the Bimmy girlfriend house. I run,
Did they believe you?
You know, they was getting paid. They was getting $15,000.
No, I ain't talking the police. I'm talking about when you ran back to your crew and told them that the cops gave it back.
Yeah, so I go to my boss. I run to his crib. His girl, he lived with his girl. Shout out Sam, what up, girl? His wife now. So I'm like, yo, the police I just got popped with the whole re-up. And he was like in the pay. He goes, you don't fucking know we paying them off? Get your ass back out there in the corner.
Okay.
So I'm like, this shit crazy over here.
So what made you stop? When did you get any repercussion from what you was doing on the street?
I never had no repercussions. I had epiphanies. Like, you know, there was a couple of things that happened. I can't give everything up, but I had to murder some. You know, I had to go murder somebody. There was a lot of stuff that was going on, and then the biggest thing was December 12th, 1986. Corey Jr. was born. So I'm holding him in my hand, and I'm looking, saying, yo, I can't leave this boy in the streets. My father left in the 3rd grade. Like, what kind of hero I'm going to be for this kid? You know what I'm saying? So that really was...
What made you change your life, being a father?
Exactly. So once I had him, and then 6 months later, I had my daughter. So I had 2 girls pregnant in high school at the same time.
I'm sorry. Is that when you went into the military at that time once your son was born?
The exit strategy started at that time. So I went down to the Army recruiter and was like, yo, how fast can you get me out?
But it's to me, I think that's real hard. Like in the 80s, how much money it was. I don't care about no kids and not. It's hard to sit there and stop.
Nah, but so I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be so honest with you. So at that point, it's like, I had shoe boxes full of money. I had 100 pair of sneakers, money, jewelry. You know,
Good,
if you
yeah.
see the pictures,
Yeah.
I mean, like this chain here, this chain from the 80s. I just got this piece for like 2 weeks ago, but this chain, I probably got like $40,000 worth of jewelry. But I'm one of the only people in America that still got all their jewelry from the 80s. I got nugget rings with diamonds, chains, I got all of that.
Yeah.
But it was blood money at a point. Like, when you see, this is why I love like Jay-Z and 50 Cent, because they was in the streets like me. So like when you a hustler and you get out, like everything else is a hustle. Like my whole life is a hustle now. I'm hustling. Like books is like, for me, I'm selling crack now. I'm just selling books. But I'm not worried about my girlfriend setting me up. I'm not worried about the police coming after me. I'm not worried about my man setting me up. So when I went to the army, I never forget, I made $600 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I was the happiest soldier in the United States military. I didn't even care. I could have went there for free. But I had this monkey off my back that I wanted them streets. And you know, when I became a cop, everything that I did, even to today in my life, I resort back to the streets. Like when I was a cop, I always played the war. Left, right, front. You can't. Every time I see a cop standing on the sidewalk, I laugh. It's like they're not street smart. You can't come behind me. I'm playing the war. Left, right, center. You're gonna get me, I'm gonna see you coming. I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna lay you down. That's just the street code. That's just a little bit of stuff that I learned from the street. Right. Trust nobody. Never trust nobody.
So let me ask you a quick question real quick. Was you a dirty cop? Not dirty as in like setting people up, like far as like taking money from drug dealers and stuff like that?
Nah, I never. So the crazy thing about me, and I write all this stuff is in the book. So I'll tell you a real quick story in the book. So me and my partner pulled this dude over. I forget, on the Grand Central Park, whatever we pulled him over for. So I go to the driver's side, because I'm the driver, so I go to the driver's side, he on the passenger side. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, license, registration, insurance. I'm like, what's in that bag? What's that bag back there? He looks at me like, I don't know, that's your bag. So I'm like, man, what's in the bag? Shit, officer, that's your bag. Open the door, bag full of money. So I'm with this Italian partner, he's still a good friend. Bob, what up, boy? I know you're looking at this. Oh, boy. So I look up over the car, he look at me, my partner's like, let's get it. So I'm looking at my partner like I'm doing math really quick. We make 28,000. I got 20 years. That's probably like 600, 700,000. We gonna bust this $30,000, 15,000, and it might be a setup. Nah. It ain't even worth it for me. I was so scared. You gotta understand, like when I became a cop, I was cop unusual. I'm coming there, I did Diddy Bop, I got Allen Iverson braids, I'm walking, I'm tattooed up, I'm talking with slang and all of this. They was like, who is this? They ain't never even seen that. Like they made a whole procedure in the New York City Police Department about hair because of me. They never seen nothing like me, but I was so smarter than them because so for me, like everything I do is a hustle. So I hustle in the street, I closed that chapter. I went to the army, I closed that chapter. I became a cop, now I'm retired, that chapter is done. I don't want to talk nothing about no police. Now I'm selling books, signing movie deals, I got television deals on the table. So like for me, it's like once the chapter's closed, so when that little money in that car in that duffel bag, it wasn't nothing to me because my name means everything. My baby's gonna see me on the front page, even though they ended up seeing me on the front page for something else. But it wasn't about that for me.
Well, my question, real quick, is that because this is like a hell of a story because you don't hear too many. Well, I ain't never heard no story, man, about a dude in the street getting money, selling crack, whatever he's selling, go to the service, and then come home and be a cop.
And you know what I was selling in the service?
Huh?
You know what I was selling in the military? Because it was really my hustle. I was selling DJ Clue, Ron G, Kid Capri. Yo, I was making so much money selling a mixtape. Remember, I was only making $600 a month. So I'm like, yo, and remember, I had my son, and I have a daughter. Well, I had married my wife, the daughter, I had married her, so my wife and daughter was with me, but my son was paying child support. So I hustled to get some more money because she taking me to court. I'm like, man, they taking half of this 600. I had some more bread. So I was hustling, selling mixtapes.
So what was that transition like from military to law enforcement?
Oh, so, let me step back. So the reason I became a cop, like when I was in high school, there was a cop assigned to my school. I went to Andrew Jackson High School, one of the worst high schools in the city. You know what I'm saying? In Queens, And so there was a cop assigned. to the school, but he saw something in me. He would talk to me all the time, like, yo, young fella. He knew I was coming to school. Like on the back of my book, I got a picture. I got a big dookie rope chain on. I got a medallion with 27 diamonds on. I know I got a pocket full of money, but more importantly, I know I got a gun on me because it's like 85. You ain't had no freaking. And you know who the security guard was in school? Ed Lover. Ed Lover with an orange ponytail coming down. That's my man. We all from out, you know, crazy. And he used to talk to me. He saw something in me.
Who Ed Lover talk to?
No, the
cop. Cop, okay.
And that's what made me want to become a cop. So the transition wasn't. I was so burnt out from the streets. You know, you ever something? I mean, you sleeping in crack house. Like I'm wearing my same clothes for 3 or 4 days, but we making thousands and thousands of dollars. You know, I'm in the crack house. You know, they say New Jack City is loosely based off the Supreme team. And I distinctly remember. You remember that scene in New Jack City down here at the Carter House where they had the girls bagging up naked?
Yeah.
No, that's what we did. And we had crack. We had a house. We had big bags like popcorn, crack. And they would count money with machines, and they had to be naked because, you know, they couldn't be stealing. And I see that scene in New Jack City. I'm like, wow, this is what we used to do.
What borough you worked in?
As a cop?
Yeah.
I worked in Queens. I worked in, I was a lieutenant down the block in the 2A precinct. I worked in the 2A precinct. But most of the time I was in Brooklyn. I was commanding officer of the 6-7 precinct, the second most violent precinct in the city.
Do the fellow officers that you worked with at the time knew that you sold crack back in the days, or that just stayed under the cuff?
Oh nah, I kept that secret. It ain't
you
cool being a cop saying, yo, I don't
No, I'm not saying that,
know,
but sometimes shit leak out. I'm not saying that you said it, but sometimes it leak out, you know what I mean?
Remember, so for me, it was all about my babies. It was like, yo, I'm gonna get this bread. I'm gonna get this bread for my babies. I'm gonna keep my secret. But what I did do, what people don't realize is I journaled my entire career. That's why I got this major book deal with Simon & Schuster. You know how hard it is to get a deal with Simon & Schuster, random house a double day?
But yeah, that's
but
what
the reason I got my
man.
deal, when they walked in the room, I had 20 journals up there. So my book agent, you know, he set it all up, Peter McGueen, what up, boy? So he had all these books there. They was like, what are those? So the book industry is like a male white gay industry. That's just what it is. You know, that's what it is. They was like, what are those? He was like, he been journaling his whole career. See, I knew I had a story to tell. I knew I was cop unusual. I mean, I'm in the biggest police department in the country. I'm an executive. I'm at the top. So I already know what all of them do. All these people was like, they wanted to be cops since they was little. Their parents pushed them in. It was happenstance. I fell into it. They said, you're going to give me some bread and let me carry a gun. I said, yo, I'm going to do it because I'm done with this other life.
Yeah, right.
So I knew ain't nobody. As a matter of fact, like when I just signed a TV deal with Legendary Film, and the vice president called me. I was in Disney World with my family, and I promise you, the vice president of Legendary Films, he said, listen, Hollywood ain't never seen no story like this. You got Power, Empire. They got like 6 people in the writing room trying to make up stories. Like, I am a story.
You are a story. That's what I'm saying. They're thinking the whole time.
It's crazy because
I know that era, man. When you come from there,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That ain't no regular story, man.
Nah.
You came from the era. What you saying? I know what you're saying is real because I was around at that time.
Yeah.
Went to the military, but you stopped because of your kid. You know what I mean? Like Doc said, how did you stop? And you was eating.
It's hard.
But you stopped because of your kid, because you remember your past. Then you went to the military, you selling Ron G and clue tapes and all that. So you had the hustler's mentality no matter where you go.
Right.
Then you came home and somebody talked to you about being a cop. And dang, but you playing the other side of the fence. And you succeeded in that, and look at you now, retired and you live. That's crazy. That's a mean story.
How did Bimmy and the rest of the guys, the Supreme team, when you came home and they found out you was a cop, how they accept you?
Yo, that's crazy. That's every interview I do, everybody asks me that. It's crazy. They were just so, I can remember being in the military and my man just writing me from jail. They in jail in Baltimore, over here, Comstock, everything. And they said, yo, you made it. Yo, don't look back.
Right.
Yo, we proud of you. I remember Preem. I would see Preem. I come home, this is when he home. I would see him do Rochdale, whatever, around Queens and whatever. And he'd be like, yo, like, what up? You good? I was like, he said, you a cop. Man, I'm a cop. Man.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Then he would tell me, say something. I don't want to say it on the radio. Like, get me whatever. But it was all love. It's always been love because I always been 1,000 with people. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in it, I was in it.
How long did you
The
serve
opening
in the
scene in
military?
my book, you're gonna see that opening paragraph is crazy. It's gonna suck you in. I'm getting ready to go murder somebody, and it's crazy. I'm 16, gun in my pocket, and they're saying you gotta murder this guy right now, and if you don't, guess who's gonna die? And to be here now, breathing the fresh air. So like that money in that bag, but I was so scared it was a setup because I ain't really supposed to be a cop. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I walked through in the police academy, they was like, yo, that Diddy Bop ain't gonna make it through it. 'Cause, you know, I got distinctive walk. And I was like, man, I just came from the army for 4 years. They couldn't change it. I mean, that's just the way I walk,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
So,
All that money, boy, they'd have had me.
nah, they
This
wouldn't have
is
had
good
you. Nah,
cook.
let me
I'm
tell you,
taking that.
when I saw my baby
Take
boy, man, because remember, I'm around chaos. You know, God bless my man Pegues, my man Raheem, my man Shabu. Dudes was dying and disappearing, man. So I had my baby boy in my arms. It's like, yo, I need to see him grow. And remember, my father had left, and I cried every day and blamed my mother, even though my father was a POS. You know, he wasn't none. He was a drunk. You know, they was fighting all the time. But it's just father love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm blaming her like, yo, you left
But you
my
know, I can
dad.
relate to what you're talking about because growing up in the streets and stuff like that, say it's 5 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we always living the same type of life. But one of my friends decided to be a cop. You decided you want to be what you want to be.
Right.
Other one played ball.
Mm-hmm.
Other one became an attorney. The other 2 went to jail.
Right.
But my point is the ones, because I had some of the dudes I grew up with was cops and COs.
Mm-hmm.
But they wasn't like the typical ones. When they left work and came home, they hung out with us. You know what I'm saying though? Because even though they had that job, that was just a job. They still about this life. But they feeding their families. But they see dudes sometimes they turn their head or whatever, they keep it real, they kept it funky. So that's your man, yeah, but he ain't on that type of time. He just wanted, they would just stay real. That's what I'm saying though.
And I was just
You know what I'm
totally
saying?
different. Like,
What you gonna do?
Once I left,
Right?
like I really left. I didn't hang out for this 25 years. I hang out with my friends, but they already knew what it was. Because a cop, you can't hang with a convicted felon. So who the hell am I hanging with? Who the hell? All my friends are convicted felon, and I'm scared that IAB, Internal Affairs, is following me.
Yeah.
So I would like. You can't hang, like, I can't call you, you can't call me. I can't go to your crib. Like, if I saw you in the club on the street, whatever,
right.
kiss and all that, but I couldn't, like, hang with you. So they knew that.
It's
and
like
they
the mafia.
Yeah, they respected that. And they knew, I was like, yo, just take the camera. Kids, man.
How many years you did in law enforcement?
21. I retired in 2013. I did from 92 to 13. Yeah.
So let me ask, with you being part of the law enforcement, what would you change within the criminal justice system if you could?
Sure, man, it's a loaded question. Y'all told her it's a loaded. Well, you know, criminal justice reform, it got to start top down. You know, everything needs to be changed. We need to, you know, I don't know if y'all follow Sean King. Shout out Sean King. Sean King is the man. Like, it has to be real criminal justice change. And the only people who can change is the people. You got to vote people in positions who have your best interests. Like Donald Trump. How the hell he becomes president? You think white people just put him in office? Absolutely not.
No.
There's a bunch of Negroes and Spanish people that actually believed in him and voted him. So like for me, it's like you can't, like Donald Trump can't even affect me. I ain't even worried about all this crazy stuff that he do. I'm not even worried about it because my pension's still coming. I'm still gonna hustle. I'm gonna get my bread on a local level. But de Blasio can affect you. Where we at, Manhattan? Scott Stringer is your borough president. He could affect you today. So when these people are running, somebody need to be up there saying, like de Blasio, he run for mayor. People need to be saying, who's your police commissioner? If you don't know one, give me the 5 names you consider. Now. See, that's the position we need to put people in. Who's gonna be your district attorney? And if we're not holding their feet to the fire, because if you get somebody that ain't got your best interest, you vote him in. You think he gonna put somebody that got your best interest? And I'm not saying take a black paintbrush and swipe everything black, because I can tell you about 100 black cops you don't want coming to your house, because they white as they can be. But we got to make sure we hold the people feet to the fire that's going to make sound, concise decisions that's going to affect us. So criminal justice reform, it needs to be the entire thing. I mean, you talking about marijuana, we got all these people, you know, there's 11 states that's legalized right now with marijuana. I travel the country speaking about legalizing marijuana because that's my position. It's like, yo, just legalize it. Yeah, the biggest drug in America is alcohol. That's just what it is. We already know that. So legalize marijuana. And matter of fact, release all these people in jail for marijuana. And the last thing is the communities that y'all obliterated, they need to be the ones owning the dispensaries. So criminal justice reform is just a company, like everything needs to be changed. Everything.
Right. I agree.
So, you was a lieutenant executive.
I was a deputy inspector.
All right.
It's commander.
Commander.
Just say commander. It's
You know,
easier.
so that's a big position, man.
Yeah, I'm the
Coming
first
from
black
hustler
commander.
to a black commander.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Yo, I
You
was-
got a mean story,
Yeah,
man. Y'all
Since
I'm reading, man.
1865, I was
Yeah.
the first black commander in East
Yo,
Flatbush, Brooklyn.
great.
I used to go to meetings, they'd look at me like, yo, you the commander? So I had all the projects in East Flatbush, Brownsville, and Crown Heights too. So I would walk through the projects with a couple of cops. I would grab a couple of white cops and walk through. Like they have the family days. I would walk through, like they're barbecuing everywhere. And I walk up, you know, suit and tie, because I always dressed the part. If you're going to be the part, don't walk in there with a do-rag because you don't look like you the boss. So I'm suit and tie every day. And I walk up like, yo, can I get a turkey burger? And the cops be looking at me, you gonna eat that? I'd be like, yeah, look at all these black people dying over there. I said, yo, man, put some cheese on it. Give me a little bit of macaroni and cheese. But it wasn't even about me eating something. I ain't really even want to eat it. Like, bag it up. I take it to the precinct. I throw it in the garbage. Sometimes I'll take a bite. If it wasn't about it, it was just what you said. Police community relationships.
Right.
Like, yo, I ain't no. I'm 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years removed from sitting in the same damn situation.
Right.
But everybody else, they're looking at. So you got people in our communities policing, and they're coming in. And I understand people got biases. It's like I don't eat red meat and I don't eat pork, so you ain't never gonna make me eat it. It's not gonna happen. So if I don't like black people, you ain't gonna never make me like them. But for 8 hours, when I'm the boss, I say, yo, I don't care if you don't like black people. Fine, you can have your biases. But for 8 hours,
You have to
because
be
I'm in
involved.
charge, you gotta respect these like
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When so I was like commander unusual. Like
Right.
I'm holding their feet to the fire. Like I would turn cops on and say, listen, at the roll call, I'm turning them out and say, yes, have a safe tour. When y'all go out in my community, make sure. They would be, those 2 letters, it pissed them off. M-N-Y. It's like, you don't live here? No, I don't live here, but they all look like me. Those are my sons and daughters out there in the street. So y'all make sure y'all respect them, because I'm the attitude of justice. Forget the police commissioner. He's like Donald Trump. Forget about him. You gotta worry about me. Because your wife worked day tours and you work 4 to 12 so y'all can watch the babies. Well, guess where you working next week? You working in the day. So now you're gonna spend $600 a week to pay for the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody worried about Trump.
Yeah.
Don't worry about you. We gotta worry about this right here. I'm the attitude of justice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm different.
Right.
I was different because of what I come up from. You know, you talk about, was I corrupt? I remember being in Queensbridge. I was a cop in Queensbridge. I remember throwing this kid against the wall for whatever reason. I grab his pockets like, yo, where the gun? I could feel you out of like 5 or 6 files of crack. Now I'm literally 5 years removed from selling crack at this point. And I'm looking for the gun. And I'm like, yo, where the gun? He said, yo, so we ain't got no guns over here. I said, yo, search over here. We ain't got no guns. So I tap him on his ass like, yo, get out of here. Was I wrong? Maybe. But today, is that kid a doctor, a lawyer? I don't know. He could have got that chance like I got with the 300 pounds of crack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so I wasn't corrupt.
Right.
Like I didn't take nothing, I didn't plant nothing,
Right.
but 5 hours of crack, that's sneaker money.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not spending that. I got 8 hours of me sitting there.
Have him get a felony for that.
And I'm sitting there 8 hours and he mad at me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I ain't got no time for that.
Yeah.
So I was a conscious cop.
Right.
I was a conscious cop.
Yeah.
And I treated everybody with respect. And that's all you got to do.
So what is an expert witness?
And so, like, people hire me, like, say your son and daughter. Like, so I just came from a case in Maryland with this kid. He did a sale on marijuana. He sold to an undercover. And so they brought me in, you know, as an expert to try to help him get off. He definitely sold. He definitely sold. I got him off the sale because of this dumb cop that was saying he saw him with a vial of crack in his hand from 200 yards away. So I did like some TV stuff. So I told the lawyer, I said, bring me a ruler when you put me on the stand. So I got a ruler. I said, you hold a ruler, and I had the lawyer walk back. He went all the way out the courtroom. The jury's looking. I said, tell me when you get to 200 feet.
Yeah.
Tell me. So I got him off the cell, but he got the possession. But the cell was, the cell is more.
More time.
And so
Yeah.
that's
Cell definitely more.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
So those are the type of things I do. So anybody out there, if y'all want to give, so I do like drug and gang cases. You know what I'm saying? Any law enforcement cases, you bring me in for a nominal fee.
But what makes you qualified to do that? And have you ever had any cases where they didn't want you to witness or be testify in any type of way?
Well, they pay me. Well, they hire me. So they look me up and hire me.
Okay.
Oh, so, I do have I don't know if y'all know, I have my bachelor's in organizations management. I have my master's in criminal justice leadership, and I went to Columbia University for a year. And I've been a professor at Monroe College over here in the Bronx, and just most recently at Mega Evans College. So I'm qualified and quantified, and plus I got a street degree that most people don't have. So I have the formal education and so when they put me on this stand and the lawyers run down my qualification and the judge just be like, admit him as an expert witness. So it's pretty easy. Yeah.
What makes you get into that though?
Checks, baby. That was I tell you I was a hustler. Did I tell you? The hustle don't stop, baby.
Don't stop.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, man.
Yeah.
Them people that look, I remember my first case, man, and the lawyer, we already made the deal. Like, this is what you're gonna charge. He asked me how much, this is what I'm gonna charge. So when I called, he said, call my secretary. So this is in DC. I called the secretary, and I could tell she was black. The first thing she said to me, she was like, why you charge so less? This your first case. So I was like kind of embarrassed on the phone. Like, how'd you know? I said, how do you know? She was like, because what you charging? These other people charging like $500 an hour more. I'm like, what? I said, well, we can't change it because I already sealed the deal.
Now you know.
Oh, and now I know.
Yeah.
So let them call me. Call me now, please.
Yeah.
Everybody. But it's the hustle. You gotta learn. It's like everything else. Once you get in, you gotta learn the game. I didn't know.
So check it out. So it's like our last guest. I want to read something on you, some of your accomplishments, and you see you guest appearances on several television and syndicated radio talk shows, such as the Oprah Winfrey Network show, Fix My Life with Iyanla Vanzant, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, The Doctor, Drew Show, The Reverend Al Sharpton Show, The Roland Martin Show, etc. That's it. And probably more, but that's it. It's good right here, man. You work it, man. Who grew up wearing the sister jeans and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
And I got a picture in the book with
with the sneakers holding it with the cardboard and all that.
Yeah.
And looking now.
Yeah.
It's like Doc said, man, it ain't over till it's over.
Yeah,
You always can change if you want to change. You know what I'm saying?
But the key, the blessing is the 300 vows. See, that's the blessing.
That stopped everything.
That would stop
Yeah.
everything.
That was Lord, man, putting favor on
Man,
you.
let me tell you,
You
bro.
got a
That's the
career
favor
in
right
the
there.
Gave from that bag. I was.
That was the favor right there,
bro.
bro.
What year was that?
But I was new.
What year was that?
The 86.
That's like 85.
85.
But you gotta understand, I was from another part of Queens. And then, my man Ben was like, yo, come over here and work for me to preach. So I don't really know the lay of the land. I don't know that they getting paid off. All I know is, damn, I just got popped with 300 vows. I'm looking like, should I run? I don't even know what to do. I'm just startled.
Yeah.
And everybody else is just sitting there looking at, because it was like 8 of us hustlers out there. Because they all had different caps. We all had different color caps.
Right.
So when a fiend walk up, they'd be like blue cap, red cap, orange cap. It was just, they had an operation over there, man.
Queens had a pop.
Yeah. So I didn't know. And then when they told me, I was like,
Queen's the first one
I
that
gotta
was
get out
shooting
of here.
at cops and all that, man.
Cop killer. Straight from cop.
They was busting it off, man. Yeah, they was the first one that had the nerve to start going at it. Back in them days.
Yeah.
Wow.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
That was Bimmy.
It was a little ugly. They was nervous walking around like, oh, them dudes out here ain't playing. So what you got going on now, man? What's next for you, brother?
I
You
appreciate it.
done did so
Yeah.
much, man. What's next?
I got that documentary. Y'all can check that documentary out right now on theguardian.com called A Cops and Robbers Story.
Okay.
Full feature movie be coming out next year in 2020. I know my publicist is out there, Mara. Not talking about it. 2020, the movie is out.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all check it
So
out.
how we gonna check
A
it? You
Cops
said we
and
can check it
Robbers
out. How we
Story.
gonna check it out?
TheGuardian.com. But we could streamline everything and just go to my website, CoreyPegues.com. CoreyPegues.com. And I got everything on my website. You can see how to get me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You'll see everything.
Yeah.
Everything's there.
And do you have any links? Everybody can find you any links?
Yeah. Instagram, CPegues, CPEGUES 9098. Twitter, CPegues. Facebook, Corey Pegues. Check me out. You know, I got that TV deal coming down the pipe. So look out, Power, Empire.
Yeah.
They're going to do the Corey Pegues story with some real story. Ain't nobody sitting in the room trying to make
Can I ask you a question? So, all this you accomplished from where you come from,
Yeah.
and you mentioned your sisters. How your sisters doing?
My sisters,
Because you're the only son,
yeah.
and you know y'all grew up
Bunch of
rough.
girls,
And
Mhm.
you know how they doing, man? Because you don't. I know you don't. looked out for your sisters.
Yeah, those are my girls.
There you go,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
two of my sisters passed away.
But God bless
recently.
them. God bless them.
Yeah, two of my sisters
You
were
know?
home. I
Yeah.
had a couple of.
But they looking. That's your angels, man.
Yeah.
They
So
riding
I got-
with you. Yeah, they
I
not
got
going.
three-
They
I
here.
got three more.
Yeah, man.
I got two more sisters.
That dude got a hell of a
I got
story.
three more sisters. I got three more sisters here. I love them to death. One of my sisters was like in the gang and all that. She was a gangster. She was real gangster. She was more gangster than the gangsters. But that was in the 70s. She was with the 7 crowns and skulls. You know?
Back then, they had games, Gene Jackson and all
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? The name and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would get my
70s, 80s
sisters.
was
I
different.
had beefs when I was a little
Yeah, it's
preteen.
different.
I have a beef. I go get my sister.
She older, right?
Yeah, I go get my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Girls
so
are
I
awesome.
appreciate y'all having
I
me.
just
Oh,
want
no
to
doubt.
add one
Definitely
more
gonna
thing
happen.
to
Yeah,
that.
No
Corey,
doubt.
yeah, we're gonna
Definitely
follow
gonna
you,
happen.
man.
You literally lived on both sides of the law. So I know this book that you have coming out, Once a Cop. Can you
It's
please
out, it's
tell?
been out,
Can you
yeah.
tell them where to find the book?
Yeah,
I know
once
this
a
should
cop.
be really interesting.
Thank
Both
you.
sides, like you
Yeah,
don't really
once
find
a
people
cop,
who
the
do-
street,
does
the
both.
law, 2 worlds, 1 man. It's everywhere. You could go to any Barnes and Nobles, but you could go on Amazon. You could go on my website. It's everywhere. Make sure y'all get it. I promise you, you'll be reading it within 3 days.
Once
And
a
look at the
Cop, guys,
reviews
make sure
on
you get the
Amazon.
book.
Yeah, once a cop. You know I couldn't pay all them people to write those reviews, so just go on Amazon. I couldn't pay all them people.
Everybody.
Yeah,
He
Make
let
sure
them
you
know
send us our
podcast
book
you
too.
want.
Don't forget to send us our book.
I got it. Just send me the address.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you. I got his number.
Can you let them know what show you on?
Oh yeah, y'all already know it's the beat 139, baby.
Yes.
There you go.
Corey, thank you,
Corey
Corey.
Pegues. Let's follow this man, support his brother.
Yeah, I post